Also, our reporter is covering that story. That is the application by Pastor Timothy Omotoso's defense to have his trial heard in respect of jurisdictions where the alleged crimes took place. That is happening at the Port Elizabeth High Court. The presiding judge, Irma Schoeman, there saying that if she ruled in favour of the application, it will prolong the trial, and she cannot see how this would favour the accused. And we'll see if we can get our reporter Jayed-Leigh Paulse to talk a little bit more about what would have happened. He has indicated, that is Timothy Omotoso, that he doesn't believe that the court should be presiding over the trial. So Jayed-Leigh now with us. So what happened today, Jayed-Leigh?
Good evening. Well, today we saw the defense lawyer, Peter Doberman, actually have his application dismissed by the judge, Irma Schoeman. You would know if you've been following the trial that the defense brought an urgent application questioning, the jurisdiction of the Port Elizabeth High Court and whether they can actually preside over the matter, saying that, it's 97 charges all in total, Timothy Omotoso and his two co-accused, Lusanda Solani and Zukiswa Sito. But of the 63 main charges, only 7 counts happened in Port Elizabeth, whereas the other counts happened across the country in various parts of South Africa, such as the Western Cape, as well as Gauteng, Secunda, and also overseas in Israel. So defense really coming out strongly saying that why should the Port Elizabeth High Court hear all the offences on the indictment, and that the courts in the various area codes across the country should actually hear, the respective trial. So we saw Judge Irma Schoeman coming out saying that she's dismissing the application because she doesn't understand why every single province that the alleged offences occurred in should actually have a separate trial to hear the matter, and saying that the Port Elizabeth High Court has in fact got jurisdiction to preside over the matter, and also, saying that certificate that the state prosecutor Ngeba and Telwa furnished Judge Irma in the week, that was actually valid. You would know that certificate is an authorization from the then NPA head Sean Abrams, just citing that they can authorize all the charges in Port Elizabeth and the matter can sit in this court.
Jayed-Leigh, the judge also quoted the Criminal Procedures Act, including the National Prosecuting Act. What was the point of that in whether or not an accused can consent over jurisdiction?
Well, a lot was going back and forth inside court, and I think the defense lawyer Peter Doberman actually came out strongly saying that his client Timothy Omotoso did not actually give his consent to have all the charges here. But then we saw Judge Irma Schoeman coming out strongly saying that no, he did not have to give his consent, and it was actually the NPA as well as the highest courts in the land that would actually make that decision. And then quoting from case laws, using examples that are similar to the Timothy Omotoso trial, where an accused did not actually give their consent to have all the charges held in one particular place. So we saw her making a lot of reference to case law, and then obviously dismissing the defense's application.
So finally, Jayed-Leigh, I know that this matter has been postponed until Monday, but it would seem that the defense is looking to appeal this particular decision. What would the effect of that be? Further delays?
Well, I'm sure most of the viewers back at home would really just want the witnesses to take to the stand. I think that's the crux of the matter. But as far as it stands, we do know that defense lawyer Peter Doberman has come out saying in court that he's going to definitely bring a leave for appeal, and that he is going to do that on Monday. We saw Judge Irma Schoeman before the proceedings were done with today, saying that she will furnish the defense with a full judgment because it is quite lengthy. And Doberman actually wanted to go through that judgment and said that he'll definitely bring an appeal. So On the cards right now, as it stands, we're expecting the defence to approach the Grahamstown High Court. You would know that if you've been following the trial that this has been their, modus operandi. We saw with Judge Mandela Makahula during that recusal that they went to the Grahamstown High Court, Supreme Court of Appeal, and then Constitutional Court. So this is not going to be a delay that will probably see a day or two. This will be more over weeks, and we won't see any witnesses take the stand anytime soon.
All right, thanks a lot, Jayed-Leigh Paulse, our reporter on that story. More on the leaked email saga, Stephen.